Maido. Hi there, Japan fans. Today's show, we're going to talk about pitching your company. Present, Master Shimasho. This is the 8th year of the Presentation Japan series podcast, and we are beaming around the world to you from sunny Minato-ku in Tokyo. I'm your host, Dr. Greg Story, Dale Carnegie Tokyo franchise owner, the president of Dale Carnegie Tokyo Training, and the 3-time best-selling author of Japan Sales Mastery, which is Zaegyo in Japanese, Japan Business Mastery, and Japan Presentations Mastery, or in Japanese, Anata Present no Tachijin. My other books include Stop Wasting Money on Training, which in Japanese is Training de Okane o Muda ni Suru no wa Yamimashou. And my just released new book is Japan Leadership Mastery, and all are available on Amazon. Through this podcast, I want to help you become a better speaker to be 1, clear, 2, confident, 3, persuasive, 4, highly influential with those around you. Don't forget to subscribe and share this podcast with your family, friends, and colleagues. We are not being sponsored by Libsyn, but we value your privacy, which is why we have our podcast hosted by Libsyn. Unlike many other hosting organizations, Libsyn have a strict policy that does not allow access to your private information by anyone. Here is our daily podcast lineup on Apple Podcasts. Mondays, the Cutting Edge Japan Business Show podcast. Tuesday, the Presentations Japan series, and every second Tuesday, the Business Tachijin no Oshie show. Wednesdays, the Sales Japan series. Thursdays, the Leadership Japan series, and every second Thursday, the Business Pro Podcast show. Fridays, the Japan Business Mastery Show podcast, and Saturdays, Japan's top business interviews. Now, this is episode number 414. Today we're talking about how to promote your company when presenting without sounding like a sales pitch. Recently, I was asked to coach the president of a 100,000 person company with a long history for his presentation. What I noticed was how difficult it was to do a good job of promoting the firm without it sounding like a blatant commercial for the business. Many of us in business are asked to give public presentations, and these are excellent opportunities to promote our personal brands, professional brands, and company brands. The only problem is that as soon as it sounds like propaganda, the audience just switches us off. Here are some ideas on how to bridge this tricky divide. 1. Tell stories. Get straight into a story about the firm and keep sprinkling stories throughout the talk. In the case of the president, he mentioned that the firm was a venture business when it started decades ago with just 3 people. They came up with a breakthrough technology for the audio business which made this firm a household name, and we all owned their products. He could have done a lot more with this. Why were there 3 people at the start? Who were they? What did they do to build the business? In particular, we needed to hear about their struggles, which set up the basis for their ultimate triumph. There is bound to be a tremendous amount of drama hidden away in there. We're all trained to absorb drama, which is why we have favorite movies and TV series. The drama remained well hidden by the president, so the opportunity went begging. Their breakthrough technology was overtaken by new technologies, and they had to exit that business. Here is a treasure trove of stories about how they made that pivot, all the problems they faced and the struggles they went through. Nothing from the president about these details, but this is a type of drama we thirst to hear more about. Number 2, provide insights. As the audience, we are seeking insights and guidance on what to do and not to do. We are seeking hints lessons, and direction on what we can do with our own firms for when we face the same struggles. Yes, the details of what happened in the stories are great, but we have to move things up to a high level and get into the takeaways for the audience. Tell us what we can learn from what they did wrong. Inform us of the pitfalls to be careful about. Warn us about the hidden dangers lurking in the shadows which could bring us down. Find out more. We come back from the break. Our show today is brought to you by our public courses, but we also do custom in-house programs. We do them in Japanese, we do them in English, we do them in our super safe classroom, and we do them live online. The show today is being brought to you by, on the 13th of February, we'll be doing our Dale Carnegie course, 3-day version. On the 14th, we'll be doing Winning with Relationship Selling. And on the 22nd and 23rd, we're doing our High Impact Presentations program. The website is www.dale-carnegie.co.jp. Email me at greg.story@dalecarnegie.com. If you like learning by watching videos, then we have over 2,300 there for you at Tokyo, Japan, Dale Carnegie TV on YouTube. We release 3 shows every week on YouTube. The Cutting Edge Japan Business Show, that's the premier business show on Japan, every Monday, Tokyo time. Fridays, we have the Japan Business Mastery Show, and on Saturdays, we release Japan's top business interviews, where I interview leaders from SMEs right up to the corporate captains of industry on one topic, leading in Japan. Now, every second Thursday, we release the Business Pro television show. Don't forget to grab my business best-selling books on Japan on Amazon, Japan Sales Mastery, which is Saegyo in Japanese, Japan Business Mastery, and Japan Presentations Mastery, or in Japanese, Anata mo Prezen no Tachijin. My other books include Stop Wasting Money on Training, which in Japanese is Training de Okane o Mudni Suru wa Yamimashou, and my just released new book is Japan Leadership Mastery, and all are available on Amazon. Welcome back. Number 3, provide valuable data. Not all data can be shared publicly, but wherever possible, expose the numbers. Tell us about the key data and results from the actions which were taken. Even if you can only talk in terms of percentages rather than raw numbers, these are great indicators for the audience to latch onto in order to add colour to the story. Data needs stories and stories need data is a good mantra to work off. Usually, at business talks, all we get is the data and no stories or insights. This tells us that there is a tremendous opportunity to build our brand because it's so easy to differentiate ourselves from all the other boring, mediocre, unprofessional business speakers. Number 4, engage through questions. Rhetorical questions are a goldmine for speakers. They allow us to engage the audience and get them on our wavelength. If their concentration is flagging or they're distracted by their phone, tossing out a question to the assembled masses is a great way to get them back and focused on us. The power comes from the fact that nobody, except the speaker, knows this is a rhetorical question, which the audience won't have to answer, and only the speaker will provide the response. That tension acts like an attention magnet for us to grab our listeners and hold them tight. Number 5, third-party endorsements. Saying we are great doesn't fly, but quoting a reputable third party who says we are great is well accepted. We think our Dale Carnegie course is terrific, and we say that. For the audience, this is a so what moment. Instead, we can say, and this is true, that Warren Buffett thinks the course is terrific and it changed his life. This is gold. Warren is the most impressive investor of all time, and he is well respected. His endorsement carries a lot of credibility. Who can you find as a third-party authority figure to add luster to your firm's story? We should promote our companies when we have the chance to speak in public, but in a ninja way which doesn't provoke skepticism or disdain. The line is clear about this, and we have to navigate that divide with great caution and be adept at making the most of the opportunity without blowing the chance. Remember, people don't recall what you said in detail, but they do recall you. Always start your talk design with how you want to be remembered by the audience and go forward from there. The upside is unbounded because the competition is so lacking and unremarkable. Our time to stand tall and shine. Did you get value from today's show? If you did, then share the love around with your family, friends, and colleagues. Don't forget to subscribe and share this podcast. Until the next episode, go out there and apply the learnings from today and become a presentations legend amongst your circle. Thank you for joining me, and please tune in next week. Remember, I'm in your corner, your go-to guy for soft skills training in Tokyo, committed to your success here in Nippon.